Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's lesson is for third year secondary school students, especially literary and foreign languages streams, because this lesson is from the first unit, Ancient Civilization, and it is a grammar lesson. So as I said, it is a grammar lesson which is expressing concession. We are going to start with some examples, then we will conduct the rule. We will see the rule of this grammar lesson. The first example is, although it rained, we enjoy our holidays. Although it rained, we enjoy our holidays. So we have a sentence here, and it is divided into two parts. عندنا جملة قسمة إلى قسمين. Between the two clauses, in English we call them clauses. الجزء الأول تاع الجملة we call it a clause, and a second part is a clause. We are dividing between the clauses using a comma. عندنا فاصلة، نستعمل فاصلة للتفريق بين الجملتين، ولكن هي جملة واحدة لها معنى تام. Although it rained, we enjoy our holidays. If I asked you, what does it mean, the word although, or what is the purpose of using the word although in this sentence? I will translate it in Arabic. نترجمها لكم بالعربية باش تفهموا مليح من البداية تاع التمرين. كاين اللي قالوا لي ما تهضريش، بعض الأساتذة طلبوا مني أن أتكلم باللغة العربية، ولكن الكثير من التلاميذ طلبوا مني أن أشرح باللغة العربية، لهذا سأستعمل اللغة الإنجليزية واللغة العربية للشرح. جملة تعني بالدارجة malgré طاحت الشتاء استمتعنا بالعطلة. We enjoy our holidays. Donc although means malgré. Although تعني malgré. So we use the word although to express concession, as it is mentioned in the title of the lesson. Expressing concession. Concession means that we are expressing or we are talking about two different ideas. رانا نمدوا فكرتين متعاكستين. اوكي، الفكرتين متعاكستين. الفكرة الأولى راح تقول باللي مالغري طاحت الشتاء. الفكرة الثانية تقول صح استمتعنا بالعطلة. So although إلا بغيتو ترجموها للدارجة تاعنا هي مالغري طاحت الشتاء صح استمتعنا بالهوليديز. Okay, our holidays. So we can start the sentence with the second clause. هنا غادي نقلبو because we can start the sentence with the second clause. We enjoyed our holidays although it rained. What is the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? The difference is that in the first sentence we used a comma. استعملنا الفاصلة للتفريق بين الجملتين. But in the second sentence we don't have to use a comma between the clauses. ما نديروش فاصلة. Why? Because we are using the word or the connector at the middle of the sentence. كي نبديو بالكلمة هذيك we call it in English although we call it in English a connector. Okay, كلمة تربط بين الجملتين. A connector. So when we start with the connector and we use it at the beginning of the sentence, we have to use the comma between the clauses. However, when we use the connector at the middle of the sentence, we don't have to use the comma. كي نستعملوا هذه الكلمة الرابطة في بداية الجملة نستعمل فاصلة، لكن عندما نستعمل الكلمة الرابطة في وسط الجملة we don't need to use the comma. ما نديروش فاصلة between the clauses. Now, which words can be used to replace the word although? Which word can be used to replace the word although? باش نعوضو هاد الكلمة with other words that have the same meaning. Yes, of course, we can use though, even though, in spite, despite the fact that. We can say in spite the fact that, or despite the fact that. So here are the examples. This is the example that we have seen. Although it rained, we enjoy our holidays. Though it rained, we enjoyed our holidays. Even though it rained, we enjoy our holidays. In spite the fact that it rained, we enjoyed our holidays. And despite the fact that it rained, we enjoyed all our holidays. So all these words have the same meaning and we can use them in the same way. Okay? عندهم نفس المعنى ونفس الاستعمال. Either at the beginning of the sentence or at the middle of the sentence. We can say we enjoyed our holidays even though it rained. Okay? So يا نستعملهم في بداية الجملة يا في وسط الجملة. The rule. So we are going to see there the rule. We can express concession. I said concession هي نهضروا على فكرتين متعاكستين. اوكي نقولوا مالغري هذيك الحاجه غادي نديروا حاجه اخرى. اوكي we can express concession by using a number of conjunctional phrases or by using different items or words. The words that we can use are although, though, even though, in spite the fact that, or despite the fact that. We have a specific form to use those words. We have although, though, and even though, plus the subject, plus the verb, plus the constructing clause. هذه الكلمة لازم يجب أن نستعمل بعدها اسم وبعد الاسم نديرو الفعل ومن بعد الفعل نديرو الجملة المعاكسة. Okay? Like we have seen. The same thing for despite the fact that and despite the fact that. هادو الكلمات كاع عندهم نفس لافون. الكلمة the connector plus the subject plus the verb in the first clause and the second clause must be the contrasting clause. So here is an example. Even though he was sick, he went to school. So here we have even though plus the subject plus the verb and here we have the contrasting clause. كما راكم تشوفوا في المثال عندنا الكلمة ونديروا موراها الفعل ومر الفعل عندنا الكلمة ومن بعد نديروا الاسم ومن بعد نديروا الفعل. First clause هذه الجملة اللي قبل الفاصلة. الجملة اللي بعد الفاصلة نخليوها كما هي contrasting clause. Okay, so we are going to see an activity. The task 1. Combine the pairs of sentences using the connectors in brackets. Make the necessary changes. We have three sentences. You are going to combine تجمعوا بين الجملتين تردهم جملة واحدة كما شفنا في الأمثلة using the connector in brackets and there will be some changes. You can pause the video, take your time to do the activity, then come back to see its correction. Now we are going to correct the sentences. I hope that you try to do the activity yourself. So the first sentence, Athens was ruled by a king. Athens was a democracy. So you have to use although to combine between the two sentences. استعملوا هذيك الكلمة although باش نردهم جملة واحدة. So we are going to start the sentence with although. So here is the correction. Although Athens was ruled by a king, it was a democracy. Okay? It was a democracy. ما نخليوهاش. We don't leave it as it is, Athens, so we will have a repetition. So we have to omit it and replace it by it. Or we can use although at the middle of the sentence. Athens was a democracy. هنا نقلبه بديو بالزاوج second clause, then we put the first clause in the second part. The second one. Governments have made a lot of efforts. They have been enabled to stop the import of counterfeit products. Governments have made a lot of efforts. They have been enabled to stop the import of counterfeit products. So here we have the word even though. I want you to use it at the beginning of the sentence. Even though governments have made a lot of efforts, they have been unable to stop the import of counterfeit products. Okay, even though governments, and you continue the sentence and you use a comma between the clauses. Damascus was a fortified town. Damascus was conquered by Alexander the Great. Here you have to use the word despite the fact that. Starts with this word, use it at the beginning of the sentence as I said. Despite the fact that Damascus was a fortified town, it was conquered by Alexander the Great. So as you can see, we have omitted the word Damascus and we replace it by it to avoid repetition. Okay, we don't have to use it in both sentences. Here we have to use one sentence with the two clauses and we have to use a comma between both clauses. Okay, now we are going to see another words that can be used to express concession. شفنا في الأول الاستعمال تاع though, even though, although, despite the fact that, and in spite the fact that. شفنا الاستعمال تاعهم كيفاش نستعملهم في الجملة, and we have seen the form of using them. Now we are going to see another items or words that can be used to express concession. So here we have a sentence, in spite of. In spite of. ما تخلطوش بين هذه واللي شفناها قبيل. اللي شفناها قبيل despite the fact that. Okay, هذه in spite of the rain we enjoyed our holidays. In spite of the rain we enjoyed our holidays. Donc, as you can see, we have in spite of plus noun phrase. noun phrase يكون عندنا جملة ولا كلمة بدون فعل. اوكي، عندنا موراها غير الاسم. In spite of the rain we enjoyed our holiday. malgré الأمطار هنا we don't have a verb plus a subject, عندنا غير اسم. we enjoyed our holidays. The second example, she had difficulty communicating in French despite all her years of study. We have the word despite. After it we have a noun phrase. هنا عندنا despite, it is at the middle of the sentence, راها في وسط الجملة. وبعدها عندنا جملة اسمية all her years of study. We don't have any verb, ما عندنا حتى فعل في هذه الجملة. all her years of study. And we are going to see in spite and despite. In spite of and despite have the same meaning. استعمال تحت الكلمتين عندهم نفس المعنى. So here another example, despite or in spite of not having an umbrella, I walked home in the rain. malgré ما عنديش la parapluie, I walked home in the rain. مشيت للدار في الأمطار. So also not having an umbrella is a noun phrase. بعد هذه عاود عندنا جملة اسمية not having. Having, we call it in English a gerund. Gerund means a word which ends with an ing form. كلمة اللي تكمل بال ing. Having, writing, revising, closing, and so on. Okay? Despite or in spite of not having an umbrella, I walked home in the rain. So, what is the rule of using those words? After, in spite of, or despite, we use a noun. Okay? After them, we use a noun or a pronoun like this, his, that, or what, or a gerund. Okay? مور هاد الزوج كلمات in spite of or despite, we use a noun, a pronoun, or a gerund. I will give you a sentence. The first example, in spite of the rain, we enjoyed our holidays. هنا مور هاد الكلمة تاع in spite of, we have a noun. عندنا اسم or جملة اسمية, a noun. He went to school despite his sickness. مشى للمدرسة malgré المرض نتاعه. Okay, his sickness. He's here. After despite we have a pronoun. عندنا موراها a pronoun. There is no verb. I didn't get the job in spite of having all the necessary qualifications. Having here is a gerund. قلت لكم gerund هذه الكلمة معناها كلمة تكون تكمل ing form. كي تكون تكمل ing form نسميوها in English a gerund. Okay? So let's see an activity. Rewrite sentence B so that it means the same as sentence A. عندكم sentence A غادي تعاودوا تكتبوها في sentence B وتخليو نفس المعنى, but you have to use the word despite and the word in spite. In the first sentence use the word despite, and in the second sentence use the word in spite. دونك عندكم زوج جمل, قراوهم مليح وشوفوا كيفاش تبدلوا المعنى تاعهم باش تبديوهم ب two connectors. In the first sentence you have to use despite, or the second sentence you have to use in spite of. Okay, so let's start with the first sentence. As you can see, although Muslim countries dispose of considerable resources, they remain underdeveloped. هنا عندكم although غادي تعوضوها despite. دونك قلت لكم في الجزء الاول تاع الدرس although نديرو موراها الاسم ومور الاسم نديرو الفعل. هنا عندنا although plus Muslims countries is the noun. هنا عندنا الاسم و dispose هو الفعل of considerable resources. So you are going to change this sentence. غادي هاد الجملة تبدلوها باسكو more despite خاصنا نستعملو جملة اسمية ماشي جملة فعلية. دونك هاد الجملة غادي نقلعو منها الفعل ونردوها جملة اسمية. شوفوا كيش تولي. Despite the disposal of considerable resources. Despite the disposal الفعل رديناه اسم of considerable resources, Muslim countries remain undeveloped. Okay, خاصكم تخمو فيها مليح. The second sentence, the British came from different origins, but they succeeded to build a flourishing society. هنا راه يقولنا جاو من different origins, but they succeeded to build a flourishing society. هنا تاني نستعملو in spite of عندنا the British came, the verb came تردوه اسم. You have to make it a noun from different origins. والجملة الثانية دخلوا فيها the British. غير بشوية وخمو. هنا الفعل came نردوه اسم باش نردوها جملة اسمية. Then we turn or we use the British in the second clause. So in spite of coming from different origins, the British succeeded to build a flourishing society. Or we start with the second clause نبدأ بالجملة المعاكسة we use in spite of at the middle of the sentence. The British succeeded to build a flourishing society in spite of coming from different origins. In spite of coming from different origins. Okay, so both of them are correct. So I hope that you have understood this lesson. It is the use of these words to express concession. كما قلت لكم الكلمات الأولى عندنا though, although, even though, in spite the fact that, or despite the fact that. هادوك نستعملوا بعدهم جملة فعلية. وهادو اللي شفناهم في الجزء الثاني من الدرس in spite of and despite نستعملوا موراهم جملة اسمية. I will see you next time inshallah, but before I want you to subscribe in this channel. I want you to share this video with all your friends and your classmates. بارطاجيو هذا الفيديو مع أصحابكم زملائكم تاع القسم اللي تاعهم الفائدة, and don't forget to like the video and to leave me your comments below. See you next time inshallah.